everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2020 Land Rover Defender P400 110. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out, 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic moving highway fuel economy average for this truck. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at the car. So this is the all-new, super quirky, super cool Defender from Land Rover. Had some off-road adventures with it already. Been having a great time filming reviews, live drives, sound system tests on the Meridian audio system. So if you want to see any of that, check out the links in the description. So why do we do these tests? Well, the EPA highway fuel economy number, which for this car is 22 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We feel that there are people who take their vehicles on long road trips and would like to know how they can expect to fare cruising steady-state highway speeds for long periods of time. So to do that, we're going to fill up and go out and do 50 miles out, 50 miles back in the same way with the climate control set to 73 degrees auto. Then we're going to come back, use the exact same pump, fill up using the same method to get an average readout. We're going to pull up here to good old pump number 7. Now we're going to use premium fuel for this test. Now I will say, premium gasoline is only recommended. It's not required for the Defender P400. However, I think I have a strong feeling that there's already premium fuel in the car, and the tank isn't very empty. So if I were to put regular in it right now, then we'd still be running the test on premium fuel primarily. So I think it's only fair to have premium in it for the test. Okay, 3-click fueling method done, and we took 3 gallons. That should be a good, clean initial fill. A few things before we get started. Tire pressures are set to their recommended levels, and the ambient temperature today is 45 degrees, and obviously we have some rain. So technically that will have an effect on rolling resistance. It would skew the fuel economy just a bit, so keep that in mind when we get this result. Before we get started, we're going to reset our GPS values. We are going to reset the car's trip meter as well. Okay, turns out to reset the trip meter, you hold down this little button on the end of the stock. Never would have known that was there. Okay, and let's switch the car into eco mode, and we're ready to begin. We're going to drive nice and easy over to the highway and get started from there. Now the goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to drive efficiently and effectively. We're getting up to the highway speeds here safely. Get up to 73 miles per hour according to our GPS. Get the cruise control set. This should allow us to average 70 miles per hour moving over the duration of the test. Okay. Speed readout seems to be fairly accurate. Get up to 73. And we got 73 on the GPS as well, so I think we can set. Do we have adaptive cruise control? It doesn't really look like it, actually. Very surprising for a $79,000 car not to have adaptive cruise. So far, initial highway comfort, pretty decent. Road noise is not too bad for an off-road oriented vehicle like this. We're gonna saunter on for 100 miles. We'll check back with you at the end of the test. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire test. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here on the Defender. A little bit surprised that we're only turning 20 miles per gallon according to the car's trip computer. However, that could be attributed to both the inaccurate mileage calculation on the car as well as the rain. We have run into quite a bit of rain. Not much wind. Wind has been fine, but definitely standing water on the roads, so that would be adding rolling resistance and lowering our average fuel economy. So we will redo this test next time we get a Defender. Other than that, seat comfort's been fine. These aren't exactly plush, luxurious $80,000 seats, but nothing too bad. Road noise has been fine. And for this being a very capable off-road vehicle, highway manners are actually pretty good. Wind noise is good. Road noise is okay. It's kind of hard to tell here in the wet, but I can tell that we're not getting a lot of road noise, and I did drive it in the rain, or sorry, in the dry earlier this week. The biggest annoyance is just when you got the cruise control activated and you go around a moderate corner, it slows you down about 4 miles per hour. And it's this weird kind of jerking as you straighten out the wheel, it picks back up, but it's kind of an unnerving feeling and something that other manufacturers do as well. I just wish they wouldn't. So we're gonna coast down off the highway here, take it nice and easy back to the Shell gas station, fill up using the same pump and the same method, take our total miles traveled divided by the total fuel used, give ourselves a final readout. Not a particularly long range here in the Land Rover. Only about, well, we'll have to see what the final calculations are, but the car's given us 270 miles left on the tank, so you could probably pull 400 miles highway cruising, especially if you weren't in the rain. Average speed on the test has been 70 miles per hour, both according to the vehicle and the GPS, although the car thinks we've only traveled 100 miles, whereas the GPS says we've done 101.9, and I know that one to be more accurate because we use it on every vehicle. There we have it, 102.2 miles. Let's fill her up. And there we are, 5.086 gallons. Throwing that in our calculator, 102.2 divided by 5.086 gives us 20.1 miles per gallon. That comes right out just about to match the vehicle readout of 20.3. So you can expect 20 miles per gallon in the rain in the Land Rover Defender P400. And we do know the fuel tank is 23.8 gallons. So let's do 20 miles per gallon times 23.8. Ooh. Giving us an effective highway cruising range in the rain of 476 miles. So we can definitely expect a little bit better mileage from that in the dry, but like I said, we'll go back out when we have a chance with this Land Rover in the future, dry roads, and do the test again. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that subscribe button, check out our other Defender content, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.